money still chasing the millions. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field. Got money still chasing the millions. Wasn't lucky, I've been in the field.
Welcome to the Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie, aka Petty White. I'm here with Rapz.
Yo, you know what it is, people. Conyo West in the flesh. What's happening? Another Monday night, another 10 p.m. in the Field Radio, 91.3 FM. Did I say that already? I don't know. WVKR, we here. What's going on? I'm coming back off of a long coma for the weekend.
Not coma.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the world.
Thank you so much, man. I'm glad to be here. Oh, man, what's good with you, though, man? You've been checking out some of this new music, or was it too many drops this past weekend? But we did get that Baby Keem album, Casino, man. Did you get a chance to check that out?
I did. I like the title track.
You like the title track, but that was number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first joint on there was, what was the name of the first joint?
No
Security, right? That was the one that took me most by surprise, because, like, I'm not a big Keem fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know a lot about him, and I probably didn't give the first album a total listen, other than, you know what I mean, the bigger singles that he had, joints with Kendrick, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought he was just like a festival turn-up dude that got off of a Kendrick cosign. You know what I mean? I didn't know if the music was ever really to be taken seriously, you know, with all due respect. But yeah, once I heard No Security, I'm like, oh, nah, he be rapping. He telling us about his life. This is real. He's dealing with, you know, fame versus, you know, just living life and being somebody your family can depend on and things like that. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, it sounded good. I like the beat selection, too. I thought he had good beat selection on this project.
Yeah, Casino was dope. Obviously, the most talked about joint is the Kendrick Lamar feature on Good Flirts, where he talks about, you know, he gossip with his shorty like Young Thug too. Let me ask you something. Do you think Young Thug should feel away?
I think Young Thug has room to feel away.
Yeah, and I think Kendrick is way too strategic for that to be coincidence.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Definitely, if you haven't, go check that out. Probably one of the singles that dropped this past week that got me the most hype is the Nav and the Young Thug joint. Speaking of Young Thug, Trensky. I'm a big Nav fan. You rock with Nav?
Yeah, not super into Nav, but...
Yeah, there was a point in time where Nav, Gunna, Thug, they was all on everything together. You know what I mean? A little Baby, you could throw them in that mix too.
Yeah, things are a little fractured these days, but...
Yeah, man. And, you know, I'm sure everybody's still trying to keep their political connects all across the board and whatnot, man. So, but nah, Tremsky, I mean, I'm definitely playing that tonight. So y'all gonna hear that. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, for me, the big drop was Mavado drop. Speaking of him last week, I thought it was funny that he dropped this week.
Yeah. You know what? You've been having a big Mavado. He just keeps reoccurring into things you got going on.
That's how I felt.
Going on. We was just talking about Mavado watches last week, and then we somehow got on to talking about the singer
Mavado, and then he dropped. He dropped with the video too. So I thought that was
for sure, man. And we have a dope interview tonight, man. We got Iman Nunez in the building, about to be falling through, rocking with us. Bed-Stuy Baby. He just had a single on Friday. Yeah, man. He been running it up crazy too. Shout out to him. It's gonna be a dope interview, man. Definitely make sure y'all stick around, keep rocking with us. You said that you wanted to talk about some things that we hadn't touched on or that we brought up but didn't circle back to, and I didn't know if any of them was Desus coming back around to starting to make reaction content, pretty much.
Yes, it was actually.
Okay, so we recently obviously talked about the fallout between Desus and Mero, where Mero's been. Obviously, we are on the forefront of watching his trajectory unfold. And then Desus, we were like, where have you been?
What do you think about the timing of this? A little bit.
It seems like, dang. Like, it seems like possibly, just possibly, you almost doing this out of reaction to the narrative.
That's how it's coming across to me.
Because when I seen the trailer and he's like, these are just pieces of my life, and sometimes I'll be outside, sometimes I'll be interviewing someone, maybe I might eat a chopped cheese. I'm just like, yo, bro, you trying to rely on the haha, you're so New York of like 6 years ago.
And it seemed almost like thrown together. Like there wasn't really too much.
Like you shot this joint in the guest bedroom. As somebody who sometimes shoots content in the guest bedroom, I know a guest bedroom when I see one.
Yeah, it just I was like, okay, this isn't
It sounded like you had an idea and you might have thought of it like earlier that morning.
Yeah.
and he basically was like, yo, I went out to Cali. Cali didn't work. I tried to do something in LA. And they was talking like they was grooming him to be the next Jimmy Fallon, whatever, Conan, the next, all of these guys, the next Kimmel. But like, yeah, for whatever reasons they may be. We'll leave it vague. You know what I mean? Maybe you wasn't in next in line to be that. And, now you're back to being like, yo, chop cheese, New Yorker. And I'm like, oh, man. I respect it. I ain't saying you're not from here, but like, it's a little cringy to watch because we just haven't seen you in that.
That's exactly how I felt. Like, I wanted more for you, Desus.
Yeah, and again, bro, this is people got in my ear. I started making these decisions. I started not considering my mans, and now my mans, who I haven't spoke to ever since, is at the top of New York radio.
Yeah, yep.
And to know, like, yo, bro, you could have been the other half of this.
Yes, but that's the thing is I don't see them being pigeonholed into New York radio. Like, they were on late night TV. Y'all were on Showtime. Like, what they had was bigger than where even Mero is today. You know what I mean? So it's like if the band hadn't broken up, it's like I see major things for them, especially with the way like the late night shows have been shaken up and stuff like that. Like they could have been anchored on, a primetime network doing late night TV or something like that. So the way that I see this playing out is like I'm extremely happy for Mero. I'm glad that he continued to do what he did and that he stayed grounded and continue to push forth, and he's where he's at. It's cringy to see what happened with Desus, and like, you're just kind of putting together content and doing some internet things, and almost it seems like the timing is like, well, hey, Mero's doing something big, so let me throw my hat back into the ring and see where it lands.
This is exactly what it looks like. It's exactly what it looked like.
And it's like, man, like y'all were the hottest thing moving at one point.
But like, I don't know if anybody knows, but Desus' father passed away maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's a certain look as somebody who's lost a parent, there's a particular look in your eye that I'm seeing. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, bro, you're not ready to be in front of a camera right now. Back to all due respect, you're not ready to be in front of a camera right now, bro. You're not. You're just not ready to be
in front of a camera. Like, you have a whole year's worth of emotions that you need to deal with yourself first. Especially since you haven't been in the public eye for a while. It's like, why now?
I mean, I had to step away from media for years. I'm gonna be real. Like, yo, there's things that are gonna exude out of you, whether you're choosing it or not. And like, yo, maybe the world just don't need to see you going through this period.
Losing a parent will break your soul. Going
through grief, going through trying to bounce back, going through, you know what I mean? After a while goes by, you scratching your head like, yo, who am I? Who am I? I forgot who I was. I don't even walk around. I don't joke the same way I joked. I don't laugh the same way I laughed. I don't like, there's, you know what I mean? And again, I'm only talking from experience. Like this, nothing's the same. Nothing's the same.
No.
You know what I mean? So yeah, this type of period, you might want to spend that off camera. I'm gonna be real. Dang, we got real. We got really real.
I was gonna say, yo, let's take it to America's Next Top Model. Let's bring it back.
Oh, okay. From one trauma to another. Yo, this was crazy. Did you get a chance to watch like the full thing?
I sure did. Yo, and if I send you a picture of Tyra Banks, just know I'm never taking accountability for anything I've done.
Word. And know that we was rooting for you. We was all rooting for you. Right? Yo, when I watched this, I was like, dang. Like, first of all, when they started with like, you know how crazy it was, but like then when they started with Shorty getting SA'd, I don't know how much time you want to spend on that, but Shorty looked a little questionable. I don't know. I'm rocking with Believe All Victims, but Shorty looked a little questionable when they started running that tape back.
Yo, I have a whole lot to say about that because one, they never showed what happened.
They never did show what happened, even though they said they have all the footage and that it was partially aired in the show. But Shorty also said, I took 2 bottles of wine to the head, got into the hot tub with these dudes, And she's like, yo, I blacked out. But like when they cut to the video, like shorty tonguing him down.
Well, I was gonna say, but you also have to know, like, they never showed the guy, right? So you have no idea how drunk he was. So now you have two adults who...
Well, it showed them laying up in bed together, where she definitely, at a later point, looked more incoherent, let's say.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they never discussed how incoherent he was. So then you would have two non-consenting adults, right? So you, as a production crew, did not take any accountability for that either, because you could have stopped these two adults at that time, right? So, like, instead you were like, let's film this for a storyline, and then let's film her telling her boyfriend, and let's.
Well, they said it like fell through this. They said that it fell through this technicality of like, if you go to the bathroom by yourself, we can absolutely not film. But if you're in there with more than one person, we're allowed to film. Again, we still didn't see any of that footage. But then to just to move right along, man, then they had like, people like doing, being the opposite race, basically being a white face, black face, Native American face.
Yo.
You know what I mean? Which is wild.
Or like they had the shoot where the girl's mother had died, so they did a shoot with her.
Her mother didn't die. Her mother got shot and was paralyzed by a man that had a crush on her. And they basically made this young lady pose in a shoot where she was the victim of gun violence.
She was
so there was that. Victim, right? There was the other girls where like the one girl had the gap. They was like, we gotta close that because that's not beauty. And then Shorty put up a fight. She didn't want to go home. Which this is kind of more so where I wanted to spend some time at, right? Because we've been talking for the past few months, and it seems this reoccurring thing is like, yo, it's okay to have a dream. It's different when you agree to certain things because of the value you put on your dream, and then later on saying like, yo, I wasn't cool with that. But it's like, yo, that's how bad you wanted it then. It's okay to have regrets. We all live and have regrets. But like this certain thing, even the following girl to be like, on the next season, she had a gap, and they was like, your gap's beautiful, let's widen it.
Like what?
Now, all of this, why I really wanted to stay here is, I don't know if you've seen within the past week, this didn't happen recently, but for some reason it's become a bigger story recently. I don't know if because arrests are being made or what may be going on, but there was a Ohio fraternity at the University of Ohio, I believe, and in the midst of hazing some potential pledges, right? There was a fire alarm that went off. They pulled up to the frat house, which, a lot of these towns, these old towns, these frat houses are like the oldest, but like most historic Victorian type, almost mansions, by the college, right? Now, when they went down to go check where the fire alarm was pulled from, things like that, the fire department went in, the police department goes in, and in the basement of this huge house, they find about 50 kids with their shirts off, blindfolded, standing in the basement. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to say, I don't know if they think that the cops coming in are part of them being hazed. I don't know what's going on, right? But I'm almost running it back to like, yo, at what are you putting at risk to just be down with the type of stuff you want to be down with?
Yo.
Like they closed the frat down. Like the frat in itself is not allowed to exist for this college until 2029. They've made arrests for one kid that was kind of like overseeing the people doing this, but being a part of the frat, some of those perks are the connections you get in life, older people that are also from a part of your frat. They might look out with legal things. They might look out with this and that. So homie basically already had his charges dropped, but they closed down the fraternity. What Tyra was doing and the fact that like they feel they could start making arrests and whatever for these kids ASAP. When I think about America's Next Top Model, or I think about Diddy and the band, it's all in the same to me. But listen, man, we're going to get to some music real quick. I have to actually run. I'm about to go to my audition for America's Next Copped Bottle, right? And but nah, stay tuned for real. Iman Nunez about to be in the building with us. He pulling up shortly.
Welcome back to In the Field Radio. I'm Erin Boogie. I'm here with Rapz.
Yo, you know what it is, people. Conyo West in the building. Yeah, man, we just getting back to it right now, man. We got a special somebody in the building here with us, though, man.
Yes.
We got an artist who's been shaking things up across New York, but he's coming out of Yonkers, man. And I want to let y'all know, I want to introduce y'all to him, and some of the y'all that already know him get refamiliarized with him, man. We got the one, the only Iman Nunez in the building with us. What's good, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going, y'all? Thank y'all for having me.
Good,
Thank you for
good.
taking the time out to sit with us. We really appreciate it.
Ooh, of course.
For sure, man. Now I did mention you coming out of Yonkers, man, with some of the legendary rappers that have come out of Yonkers, Kiss and the Locks, X. Do you feel any type of pressure to kind of keep up to, uphold that?
Honestly, when it comes to the pressure, I ask for it. Like, I don't know, like I feel comfortable in pressure, because it's like, if these are the shoes I gotta fill and all that type of stuff. So, at the end of the day, I gotta just do what I do and make it to, make God willing, make it to them heights and stuff. I've been blessed enough for them to even be my OGs that I can call big brothers and stuff. So, to be able to even learn from them and to get as far as I've gone, man, I'm just grateful. So, I say bring the pressure. That just made me work harder.
That's dope.
Now, were they some of your inspirations growing up?
Crazy enough, so I can't say it was like an instant inspiration, because I didn't understand the magnitude of it until I moved to Yonkers. So I moved to Yonkers when I was about like 12-ish, 12, 13-ish. And then once I started going to middle school and high school over there, I was just like, okay, I see it now. And then as I was going, when I was growing up, my uncles used to play the Locks all the time and stuff. And
okay.
it didn't hit me, like it changed once I got there for me to understand it a little better and to be able to receive all of that. So yes, as I got older, they became a big inspiration of who I am as an artist as well. So, yeah, that's just with full transparency how that was.
No, that's dope. And you said you moved to Yonkers. Where were you coming from?
So I was coming from Inwood, New York, which is kind of like close to Dykeman and stuff.
All right.
Yeah. So I grew up. I was born in the Heights, in Washington Heights. I lived in Inwood for a little while. Then once I hit like 12, we moved to Yonkers and spent the majority of my life in Yonkers. So I'm just, that's home.
Nah, you definitely, I've been seeing you all over, man, but I probably think the most notable, or where a lot of people would kind of say they remember you from, was that huge cypher that was put together on the radar with Gabe P. Now I actually heard, were you the one that put that cypher together?
Yeah, so the way that works, right? I did a project with On the Radar called Phases Volume 2, where I had Gabe hosted, and I had him be on some like DJ drama type stuff, because nobody's done that before with them.
Yeah,
I was just like, yo, let's have new voices in here. Let's make new memories and all this type of stuff for people to be like, yo, when y'all look back at this is something that happened. And one of the ideas we had was, let's get all the features that's on the project and let's make a cypher. Okay. These are my genuine friends. Like we talk every day type of thing. Like we in the group chat together and all that. So, out of that moment, it was able to be like, yo, this is cross promotion. 1, 2, we get to put on for each other and just show the unity that we have with one another. So it just ended up going crazy, especially with Ferg's thing. And it's funny because Ferg almost didn't do it. So he called me the night before going like, yo, bro, I'm struggling with this verse, bro. Like, I got it, but it's like, I can't get it like fully. I'm like, and he pulled up and he still did it. And the only thing I remember telling him was like, yo, you never know what's going to come out of this. Something feels right about this. So I say you don't lose nothing from it. Let's do it. And
there you go.
The only two other people that didn't get to make the cypher that was supposed to be there was Kai Cash and J1. So
okay.
Those are the only two that didn't get to make it, but that was it was still a special moment.
I don't know if you looked at it like this, or maybe maybe in hindsight you did, but with XXL the past couple of years, like they not always going digging deep for the New York artists. So you I guess in your own way kind of created this new New York class.
I would say.
Do you look at it that way?
I can't say that I created the new New York class. I will say that I'm just honored to be amongst these my peers, to be able to do something as dope as we've been doing, making noise in New York City, because there's a lot of dope artists out here. And at the end of the day, it's cool to be able to just be near the people that's doing their thing just as much as you are doing yours.
That's dope, man.
And I feel like New York is having piggybacking off of that. I feel like New York is having a moment again right now, and we're kind of the New York sound is coming back around. Do you feel that way right now as an artist?
Absolutely. And you know, it's dope because it's like when you stick to what you're doing and all that stuff, everything comes around once in a while. So it's just, you know, you just got to stay true to your thing and people are going to start to learn your sound and love what you do and fall in love with who you are as an artist. So I think it's a very good time for New York, and it's going to only get crazier right now.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Now, I was gonna ask about how you came together, picking everybody, but you told me they were all featured on your project.
Yeah, they are.
Now, you recently put out a music video for your most recent single, and like I wanted to ask you, what do you feel goes further, or maybe is more important if you have to choose between the two, of like these visual performances, like on the radar and other platforms, or like a traditional music video for a song?
And nowadays, I think it's important to be on these platforms more, because I don't think people really watch music videos anymore. Like for me, I just do it in the sense of I love the game of it. Like I love creating dope stuff. So to me, what I'm able to do is I'll take a music video and I'll chop it up into like 10 different like clips and stuff that I could just post everywhere and all that. But with these platforms, there's a new opportunity for people to see you on something that already has a following. So I think once you're doing that, you get a certain amount of exposure that can help you, that will bring people back to the dope stuff that you are already doing. So it kind of goes hand in hand, but just I think for the exposure aspect of it and just a new audience, I think it's more important to be on these platforms more than making a music video.
For sure. Again, a little cross-contamination, so to say.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. But I did want to mention the single, Want Your Love. How you feeling about the song, the feedback you've been getting, man?
Yeah.
You dropped, maybe 2 weeks prior to Valentine's Day, so it was right on time. How you been feeling with things going in regard to the single?
So for me, it's been dope because I'm starting to get a lot more messages and new people actually coming in to be like, oh, you do this too? Like, I know this is like, you can do this as well. And it's funny because those people saying that are probably people that found me in a moment where I was just rapping as crazy as like all of that stuff, which making some hype records and all that. But I've always sprinkled this type of stuff throughout my career since the beginning. And, like, it was dope because with Want Your Love, it's just another dope way for me to be able to blend two worlds of being lyrical, but also, making a song that could be vulnerable and talk about, what I'm talking about on there for women. So to be able to do that, it's just special. I love doing it. We got another one coming out on Friday called Bed-Stuy Baby with me and Sweater. I don't know if y'all are familiar with him, but he's an incredible R&B artist. And he's with Ninth Wonder and all of them. So like he's a super dope R&B artist, and we got like more of another vibe like that coming on Friday.
Okay. Now is this a direction?
This record, you got really vulnerable on this record, and it dealt with a lot of deeply personal themes. Was this inspired by personal experience?
All of my music is. I would say all of my music is different experiences, or even stories that are told to me. So I just been able to kind of just put things together in a way that it's like, I just wanted to feel like it's a conversation at the end of the day, every single time whenever I'm making music. So with that one, like with the last 3 records we dropped was a record called You and Me with Abby, Jasmine, and I, which did incredible.
And that record went crazy.
Yeah, that record went crazy. What was the next one? Waited Too Long was another one, which is a very dope record. And then Want Your Love now, and then Bed-Stuy Baby coming next. This theme that I'm in right now is really just this. I've been wanting to, since I started, I've been wanting to make R&B music and wanting to just to have that a part of my arsenal, I guess you could say, like just to be able to show that I can do this too, because that's what I'm listening to a lot of the time when I'm driving. And it's funny because they always say rappers are listening to R&B music, R&B artists are listening to rap music all the time. So
they always joke like they want to be one another.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that stereotype is true because I'm listening to R&B music a lot, like since I was young. So like I'm happy that I'm finally able to have the confidence to be able to make the stuff that I love listening to as well, and to be able to bring those worlds together. And then it helps me make even better songs, and it shows that I can, all right, cool. Now I could rap here, and then you put a little melody right here and all this stuff. I just think all around it just helps out a lot more.
Okay. Now you mentioned that obviously we got this other record dropping Friday. Now this being, I guess, it seemed like a direction you kind of working towards with the more melodic, slowed down joint. Is that like a project that's going to be on the more melodic tip, or?
So I worked on 4 projects in 2025, and all 4 of them will be dropping this year.
Okay.
The first one is an R&B project.
Perfect. Because you haven't dropped since 24, right? Winter 24.
So really, what it was, the last thing I dropped was in December 2024 was the last project I dropped, which was the
Phases 2, right?
The Phases Deluxe, and then there was a plan that was made that I was abiding by, and it didn't really work out. So I was like, all right, cool, watch this. And what it was, I was just preparing myself for 2025 to be able to drop as much music as I'm gonna drop. So I only dropped 2 songs last year. That has never happened before. So I was like, all right, cool. We dropping like 40 this year, so we gotta have some fun.
And Will You Call is the title of the R&B EP, correct?
It's called When Will You Call, yeah.
When Will You Call? Nice, man.
All right, so on In the Field, we'd like to educate. So what are some mistakes that you've made along the way that you would warn other artists to avoid?
Don't talk too much, especially when people, like a lot of times people like to debate and argue and stuff in studios and stuff. If you're not knowledgeable over something, just say, I cannot speak on that. I don't know enough. So that's 1. 2, stay away from other people's business as much as you can, because that's none of your business. And people feel free to tell you that. Act like you never heard that. 3, everybody's going to try to inflict their fears as much as they possibly can with you. So it is your responsibility to just keep on that path that God already has for you. And everybody's going to try to make you think any different. But at the end of the day, you got chosen for what you're doing. Stick with that. There's a reason why you wake up with that same fight in you every day.
That's really good advice. I love that. All right, so who is your dream collab?
My dream collab, I got a couple. So Stevie Wonder is one of them. Sade is another one. J. Cole and Ludacris. Because that was like, I was a big Ludacris and Bow Wow fan growing up. Well, Bow Wow got me into wanting to rap. So like those type of things like that, like I like moments like when you see childhood dreams happen. So I met Bow Wow last year. Like, so that was cool to me. So then to be able to do with Ludacris, I think that would be fire. Like to me, I don't think about, oh, is he relevant or this? I don't care.
I think Ludacris is so underrated.
Ludacris is so goated. So like, I would love to do a joint with Ludacris one of these days. But yeah, those I'll say those 4. It changes all the time, but like those 4 right now.
Who are some producers that you would like to work with?
Oh man, I want to work with Hit Boy. I think me and Hit Boy will make I think we would go crazy. Who's another one? I think Hitmaker would be dope. I think me and Berg would make something dope. I think that would be cool. And then what's another one? I got one more. Pharrell would be incredible. I would love that. Awesome. I would love that. So yeah, those 3.
Favorite place in Yonkers to grab a bite to eat?
It's hard because Yonkers is like, you would easily get into Scarsdale and think you in Yonkers or Hartsdale and stuff. But like, because I would have just said easily like Candlelight or something. That's like a wing spot that's over there. But that's Scarsdale, borderline Yonkers. Yonkers for me, I'm a big pizza person. So like, there's a couple spots, but then again, the best pizza spots in freaking Mount Vernon. So like, it's difficult. You know what? I would say my favorite spot right now, I'll say Tasty House on Central Ave. It's a Chinese spot.
All right, we gotta try it.
Yeah, definitely gotta get. If you eat pork, I know a lot of people don't know that, but if you eat pork fried rice with boneless spare ribs, I promise you, that's like the greatest thing ever over there. So yeah.
All right, so what is a song that you listen to that would surprise people if they knew you listened to it?
I don't know, cause I'm pretty I listen to everything. Because I guess people will see me as the hip hop guy, whatever. But like, so the R&B thing is not really too off. But like, I listen to a lot of rock music too. I listen to like a lot of older rock music too. Like my favorite band is probably Breaking Benjamin.
Okay.
They're really dope band. I got to see them live one time with my fiance. That was the most uncomfortable concert I've ever been to in my life.
Why?
Because I was the darkest person there. That says a lot. I think Breaking. I listen to a lot of rock music, Spanish music. I don't know if there's anything shocking, but if something is hard, I would say it's hard. Like, I remember growing up, and I'll bring this up because I'm thinking about, like, you know, I saw this recently. I saw that Hannah Montana was doing like something in the 20th anniversary or something.
Yeah.
If there was a hard Hannah Montana song back in the day, I would listen to that. Like, I don't think about, I don't know. I just listen to whatever's fire. So
I love that. All right, so what are some goals that you have for yourself for this year?
For this year, I want to be attached to somebody's tour. That's something that I love performing, and I think my biggest strength is my live show. I love performing and doing that. That would be dope. I would love to be on somebody's tour. I've been blessed enough to be able to tour before, but this year I just want to be in the field. Like, I love this too much. So that's definitely a big goal of mine. And then two, my second goal is I want to be able to drop all four of these projects that I did. It's 2 projects and 2 EPs. So I just got to stick with the schedule that we put together and stuff. But yeah.
Do you have any live performances coming up?
Not that I know of. Not right now.
Keep us posted.
I usually have like a good amount every year, but for this year, right now, I think we just focus more on let's drop these songs, so let's create these worlds for people and stuff. But I'm sure there's gonna be a bunch of them and stuff. I got hit up for 2 already, but it's just I can't confirm that yet. So.
And then, as a female-fronted radio show, I like to end the show by highlighting extraordinary women. So, who's a woman that made a major impact in your life?
2 people actually. My mother and my fiance. So my mother, because I've seen a lot of the stuff that she had to, go through or deal with us and stuff like that. But my fiance has opened up a softer side of me in order to also, she makes me want to be a better person. So, and that's because I think she's way cooler than me. I think she's way more authentic than I am, way more like all of this stuff. So like I get inspired by seeing that, because it's just like you don't have a moment where you're wearing a mask. This is just who you are. So it inspires me to just do that as much as possible. So
she's where all the R&B music is coming from.
She's where all the music is coming from. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I remember back in the day when I wanted to go, because I've known her since elementary school, but we ain't.
Wow.
That was till later on. But I remember when we was in school, she was telling me stuff like, man, because I always tried to like get with her, and then so it was like one of them things. She's like, yo, I don't date dumb. Like, that's really what it was. And I remember I had high honor roll in high school and stuff. After that, I didn't care about school. I just cared about, like, I was just showing off to her, I could do this too, type of thing. So like that's really what it is. So it's like, it's cool to be able to, I remember I used to help her with like poems and stuff and like write things, because I always loved writing. So like to be able to, I think she inspires a lot of things. So I'm forever grateful for her, for real.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's dope.
Is there anything else you want to say to our listeners before we get out of here?
I guess, yeah, listen to the records that we got out now. When Will You Call will come out very soon. I'll announce that soon. But for now, the 3 records that's out, You and Me, Waited Too Long, Want Your Love, and now Bed-Stuy, Baby. We got more coming, so we just gonna have some fun.